Everybody in crypto is probably breaking their minds over this. And what I'm talking about right now has partially got to do with the massive amount of Ethereum that is being moved right now. So whilst people are speculating as to where Bitcoin is going to end up at the top of the next bull run, I am also being one of those that likes to wonder exactly where we're going to end up, because we know the most logical scenario is for crypto to move up over the next year or two, with massive gains to follow for almost every single crypto. And coins like HBAR, Hedera are doing amazing as well. Right now, today, I think up like 7% or something like that, doing exceedingly well, getting massive announcements in also. And XRP, we know it just keeps breaking records ever since the SEC lawsuit concluded. One of which things is the open interest on the XRP tracked futures climbing up massively. And before we move on, guys, make sure you press that like button, because one thing, like I said at the start, we're all worried about is, so what's going to happen to Ethereum next? Again, guys, make sure you press that like button if you're excited about this video, and let's dive right in, because this is pretty strange. So John Deaton and actually everybody in crypto has been talking about some old money that was stuck. So an Ethereum ICO participant, somebody who bought Ethereum in the pre-sale, right? An address transferred $60,000 worth $116 million to Kraken. This address received 61,000 Ethereum from the Ethereum Genesis block on July 30th, 2015, worth $19,000 at the time, which the ICO price was 30 cents. So apparently they staked it, it says here, and staked it. Very important to write that, because I guess they're still convinced about the system or something like that. Well, I didn't see anybody else wrote that they staked it, and I'm not sure exactly how you can see the moment it's actually been put onto Kraken, because in theory, Kraken could have staked it without their permission, but you know, you understand my drift. It's just been sent to Kraken in exchange from the ICO. So the ICO from Ethereum sent it to a wallet, and now it's been sent to Kraken. And trust me when I say this all ties into Ripple, XRP, and the SEC. Anyway, why I'm saying that it all ties in is because, like DAI said, are disguised whales hitting the exits? Because why all of a sudden at this exact time is an Ethereum ICO wallet moving, and why do we care? Well, take a look at Jimmy Valley. This guy I don't necessarily agree with most of the time. I think his theories are pretty stupid most of the time, but this one, yeah, he has a pretty solid motherfucking foundation, all right? And by the way, all this talk about massive amounts of money and all this open interest made me think, guys, if you're looking to trade crypto, check out the link down below for BitGet, because right now you get yourself a couple of different prizes to pick up for absolutely free. By just doing any one of these challenges, I guess you get yourself a spin on the wheel, which is pretty nice. Or over on Bybit, you get yourself a $1,125 contract, which is basically a trade worth $1,100 for absolutely free by just using the link below. Right now, all the money is left, but soon enough, it might be finished, so make sure you get there quickly. Bybit, a link is down below. BitGet is linked down below. I think for BitGet, you don't need KYC. For Bybit, you do. So with this one, you could, in theory, use a VPN, but whatever. Jimmy Valley shared this. There are a series of documents and agreements that constitute the investment contract for Ethereum. The Ethereum Product Purchaser Agreement, terms and conditions of the Ether Genesis sale, intended use of revenue, Ethereum Development Plan, white paper, and yellow paper. A purchaser in the Ethereum pre-sale did not receive actual Ether tokens in connection with the sale because the network was not yet operational at the time of this pre-sale. Instead, purchasers of Ether in the Genesis sale were awarded cryptographic receipts to claim their purchase once the product has been developed and is ready for delivery. Although the offering and sale of these rights began in July of 2014. At that time, the initial block of the Ethereum platform's blockchain, which constitutes the inception of operation of the system, was expected, and this is a quote, to be created during the winter of 2014-15, although there were no guarantees that this would occur according to such time frame or at all. And I also posted this. So the Ether pre-sale was actually the offer and sale of cryptographic receipts representing rights to receive Ether tokens in the future because they had not yet been created at the time of the pre-sale. And Garasher said, undoubtedly, these were then investment contracts. Even Hinman knew that. And Jimmy Valley says, well, I guess that's why Hinman put it aside and did the ETHgate boogie. The only problem is there's some background music here, and it's just a story about Ethereum. You can see I'm going to give basically a high-level presentation of what Ethereum is as a technology and the kind of organization it is, including these IPO. And then, you know, we have William Hinman pulling aside the fundraising, basically this is the whole standard ETHgate situation that we know about for a while. I'll press the like so you can find it over on my Twitter. But yeah, many people were then commenting, so that does mean that Ethereum is a security. Well, no. Actually, no. ETH as a digital token is not in and of itself a contract transaction or scheme that embodies the Howey requirements of an investment contract. But the sale of rights to receive Ether tokens, the pre-sale and Genesis sale, was 100% a securities offering. And so, in theory, whatever just happened to Ripple could happen to Ethereum, and pretty soon too. Why? Well, because apparently the SEC is pretty butthurt over the Ripple ruling. So what are a lot of us community members expecting? Well, that they want to take some revenge on crypto. Now, I still am pretty bullish on Ethereum because I don't think the SEC is going to be able to do jack shit, as I believe they're being powered by some puppet masters. And I don't think that any single one of those is going to let the SEC slide. The reason they put it aside, right, beforehand already, excluding the pre-sale, is because they knew what was about to happen, et cetera, et cetera. So why all of a sudden would the SEC now backfire? I'd say the only way they could do that is if they become panicky. But now the speculation is pretty well placed because, if you start thinking about it, a address that had money since the exact start. By the way, all of these are in massive amounts of profit. So who exactly can you now get angry at? Ethereum Foundation for making these guys hundreds of millions of dollars? And if you find them, where does that money go to? To the institutions that lost money or where? Who are the victims here? It's, again, the retail at the end of the day. But they're not going to receive any money. The retail is the victim because, well, they, I guess, are being dumped on. But on the contrary, if you think about it, without these institutional investments, it might have never been, right? It might have never come into fruition. So then the question becomes as well, I've been thinking about this a lot, who can you really blame? But then at the end of the day, why is all of a sudden, after these allegations are popping up, just now, a couple days afterwards, so all of a sudden $100 million from the Genesis being moved? It is pretty motherfucking coincidental. Which is why a lot of people are asking, hey, is this like whales hitting the exits because they know what's about to come? Now, at the end of the day, guys, I'm not panicking or anything because if you diversify properly, I've got HBAR, XRP, XLM, IOTA, Chainlink as just a little group of coins I'm extremely bullish on the side. If one coin fails, c'est la vie, it's too bad. Without the other coins just doing so amazing over time, it doesn't really matter if one of them fails. However, Ethereum is a good part of my portfolio. Should I be worried? And should I buy XRP instead or something? Well, I'm going to say they all serve a different purpose. And the way I see it, and I see it like I say it how I see it, is I don't think they're going to touch Ethereum too hard. Even though it is pretty coincidental that this whale is jumping ship all of a sudden by moving money around. You could be selling all his Ethereum right now. I think it's just a little bit of a coincidence. Unless all of a sudden we see an enforcement action against Ethereum soon. Then this was an insider that knew something was about to happen. And then I want a full-on investigation into that motherfricker, What did he know? How could he have known? But then it would have to happen, transpire in the next couple of days. And we have to also check quite properly. Did that guy sell? Is the money moving in a strange fashion? Because if all of a sudden we notice that he did, then I am also getting a little bit afraid that they might know Ethereum is next on the SEC chopping block. But as far as we've heard from SEC policy, it doesn't look as if they want to touch Ethereum. Otherwise, they would have touched that first because it's the easiest to go after. To go after coins that had a pre-sale is a lot easier. But then on the opposite side, what exactly can they take? Because even if it was security, nobody can argue that Ethereum is a security right now or that there's institutional sales. And would they then go against their own grain with exposing William Hinman, Jay Clayton, and these law firms, all the connections to China? Would they go as far to do that? Because that would make the SEC and their officials look really bad also. At the end of the day, we know the SEC is already pretty broken, and John Dean just posted this. The SEC is a broken institution, and that's not an opinion, and the fact is not debatable at this point. A regulator who refuses to provide any real guidance, not only to market participants, but also appellate courts, all because it wants to maintain an opaque and vague regulatory environment, allowing it to prosecute anything or anyone in the future. Is an agency that needs to be overhauled. Let's not forget the Office of General Counsel also advised Hinman that he shouldn't declare Ether non-security, not because it was security or because it was unfair to pick the winners, but because it might limit the SEC's ability to go after ETH in the future. That kind of attitude is an absolute disgrace. And perhaps we're seeing the repercussions of that right now. DAI posted, hey, John, maybe the SEC isn't broken at all. Maybe it just serves a new master now, which could be China. Jay Clayton might know. Well, all I can say about it is it really makes you think. What's about to happen next? I'm following Twitter like a madman to see any new developments. Any new thing that comes out, I share it with you guys. And like I've stated before, if you guys want to be up to date with all the most important crypto news, make sure you've got the notification bell on, like I always say. Because, well, you can always click on the video and then skip it if you don't like it, but you can never take back time. You can never go back in time to make a better trade or something like that, which you could have done potentially by being here early. So make sure you put the notification bell on and potentially subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, hopefully you press the like button already so I don't have to ask. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. And let me know what you think about the situation down below, because it's pretty freaking crazy, huh?